All right, so next we have Kjell Wooding with Saving the World with Python and Kivy. Take it away.
Thank you. Yeah, my name's Kjell. I'm with a project called Learn, Leap, Fly. I wanted to talk to you today about saving the world with Python and Kivy. And if this sounds dark, if this sounds like an ambitious title, Saving the World, Python and Kivy, that's good, because it means I've successfully toned down what it is that we're trying to do here. What we're actually trying to do is almost impossible. Two almost impossible projects. It went to sleep. Two almost impossible projects that we've since blown up into a third. And what do I mean when I say an impossible project? What I mean is something called a grand challenge. Now, a classic example of a grand challenge was something called the Ansari X Prize. About 10 years ago, there was a prize, a $10 million prize, for anybody who could send a rocket into orbit into space, twice in a week. It was a crazy idea. It was a grand challenge. And it seemed impossible right up to the point that somebody actually did it. So Burt Rutan, Scaled Composites, was able to do that. That was 10 years ago. And now we're launching payloads into orbit, landing the rocket that got them there on a cone of fire on a robotic barge in the middle of the ocean. Okay, we've come a long way. And grand challenges, and in particular grand challenge competitions, are one of the big things that help us to get there. Now, the grand challenges that we're talking about are equally hard, but a little bit different. We're talking about literacy challenges. So there are two grand challenges out there that I want to briefly mention. And they both have to do with learning. One of them has to do with global learning. Global learning is the problem that there's 250 million children in the world who don't know how to read and write. Now, most of them are in developing countries, and most of them don't have any access at all to teachers or to schools. How do we teach 250 million children to read if they don't have access to teachers and schools? Well, one idea is we might be able to use technology. We might be able to write software to help them teach themselves how to learn. That is a grand challenge. That's challenge number one. Another impossible problem. There's 32 million adults in the USA today who don't know how to read. 32 million. And most of those are at the bottom end of the economic spectrum. These are not people who can send themselves to night school. How do we teach these people how to read? We can't put them in schools. Maybe we can give them technology. Maybe we can give them software which runs on their mobile devices, on their phones, on tablets, that can teach them to teach themselves how to read. These are two grand challenges, and there are grand challenge competitions called the X Prize out there to deal with these issues. And these are really, really fun projects, and Learn, Leap, Fly has been involved in developing software to do exactly this, software that's written in Python and Kivy and runs on tablets and mobile devices. They're really, really exciting projects, and I could talk about them all day, which is why they are a terrible choice for a lightning talk. So what I want to talk about today is how we took this already ambitious project and blew it up. We blew it up in an unexpected way because along the way we had a revelation. And it happened because we were demoing our products. We were putting our products in the hands of students, in the hands of teachers, in the hands of parents, and they started asking us questions. But it wasn't the questions we thought they were going to ask. They started asking us not about the apps themselves, but about the skills necessary to build those apps. They started asking us, can we build custom apps for them? And then they started asking us, can we build our own apps? And the real revelation happened when my sister, who's an educator but has never written a line of code in her life, turned to me dead seriously and said, can you teach me how to build a game? And I was like, well, yes, I can, because I have these wonderful tools. And so that's what led us to this idea of Game Camp. Because in working on impossible problems, we start to realize that we need all the help that we can get. And so that even if we're not able to solve these problems ourselves, if we can empower people to develop software themselves, to be able to take ideas from concept to fruition, then they can go and solve these problems with us. That's a wonderful idea. So Game Camp is based around a very simple notion. You already saw one talk this morning on using Minecraft. Minecraft is wonderful, games are wonderful, and they're an incredible motivator for teaching people how to code. People love games, and more importantly, people want to be able to write games. So that's what Game Camp is all about. We realized that the materials that we were developing to actually write the software were equally valuable to teach people how to code. So this week, we're going to be here, and we're going to be sprinting. And what are we sprinting on? We're writing games. And we need your help for this. We need your help because people like us who have been doing this for a while are not great at coming up with the kinds of tutorials that people really need to write software. What we need are people who have not done this before, people who have a great idea, who want to write a game, but have never done it. So we want you to join us. Join us at the Sprint this week. Write a game. Save the world. What could be more grand than that? We're Learn, Leap, Fly. You can find us on the internet, you can find us on social media, and more importantly, you can find us here at the Sprints this week. Thanks for your time and enjoy the conference.
Thank you, Kjell. Next up.